Hello dudes and dudesses, it's me, I'm back, and I'm back in the latest snapshot for 120, which maybe means that I'm back to the future, the very imminent future of Minecraft. And today we're gonna be looking at the torchflower seed. The torchflower seed which you use to breed up the sniffers, and basically that's it. It's a flower. You use it for decoration, but that doesn't mean you cannot make a cool farm. First of all, welcome. It's so nice to see you back here, and I know it's been a long time since my last video. As you may know or may not know, I have a full-time job in real life. This is just something I do for fun, and on top of my full-time job, I write books, and I've been writing a new book, so the time hasn't been there. But now it is. I have time again, and I'm looking at Minecraft again, and what we're looking at right now is a villager who has just planted a torchflower seed. And my first thought was that he could harvest it, but unfortunately he can't. He can plant it, but he can't harvest it. Now if we look at these mini farms that work with all edible crops, you have a farmer guy in there, and you have some bone meal here, and he will be planting the crops and he will be picking it up, and then we just have something down here that picks it up, and you will get a lot of crops. Unfortunately, with the torchflower, which is more like a decorative plant, the guy will plant it, but he won't harvest it. So that doesn't work. And by the way, I will try to remember to put a link in the video with this farm. It's pretty cool. Now, the torchflower plant itself looks like this, you probably know, and it's purely decorative. But the seed you can use to breed up new sniffers, and that is also how you get the seed. Now, let's look at this. I made this contraption, and it's basically a variation of this, but as the farmer, who's in here somewhere, hello guy, doesn't pick up the crop himself, what we have here is a system that breaks the crop and picks it up down here. And then you have torchflowers abundance. I will get back to this later in the video, but first of all we need to get some of these, the torchflower seeds. And basically it's quite simple. You need to get a sniffer, and you put him in with some dirt, and he will sniff the blocks, and then you just have like this, a minecart underneath that picks up whatever he picks up. And he doesn't only pick up torchflower seeds, he also picks up pitcher pods, as it's called. That looks like this, and is also just a decorative flower. By the way, it looks really cool when you put it in a pot. And did you know that you can put the pot on top of this and get this and put a flower in it? Mind-blowing. The problem with this is that it's very slow. And as I understand it from Exumavoid's videos and what I've read in the update notes, the sniffer remembers when he has sniffed one piece of dirt, and he cannot sniff more than one thing from that piece of dirt. But I've tested it and it's not true, because you can see we got 3330, and this is only 5 by 5, and the smart ones out there will know that that is only 25 pieces of dirt. So at some point he loses the memories of the plants that he has sniffed out before. One piece of dirt can be sniffed out and give a plant more than once. And there's a cooldown on this guy, I think it's 8 minutes. So approximately you'll get 6-7 plants an hour per sniffer. Now, if you want to have a lot of plants, this is very slow. So what I've been doing is that I've been experimenting with putting 25 of these guys in here. You can see how happy they are, because because they're just happy to see me. Has nothing to do with the plant I'm holding. And this setup is good. It's better. You can see it gets a lot of these plants, these seeds, but it's actually not perfect. I got this set up from Il Mango video. He made a Sniffer Farm that doesn't work anymore. But the setup with having 25 kept in there by these amethyst crystals, I think was a good idea, but it isn't. Because if I let them roam free on this same exact space right there, you get a lot more. And then I found, just by checking, that if I update the dirt, which is basically just move it once back and forth, I just move the dirt like that, and somehow, at least to my experiments with this, it speeds up how fast they can actually sniff out a seed in the same dirt. So what I've done is I've made this daylight sensor, and once in a while it updates the dirt, and you get a lot of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 9 times 64, which means that each sniffer has sniffed more than these whatever, more than 25, and more than 25 of these, and more than 25 of these. So it's actually working. Now, another good thing with this free roam setup here is that you can slowly take these and breed up the sniffers. You just need to start with 2 in there, and then you can breed them up. I know this is a video about a farm, but I mean, in real life, kids, farmers, everyone out there, don't do this to any animals, huh? Now, to make this farm, it's quite simple. As you can see, you have a 7 by 7 area, and I've opted for having redstone blocks in the middle. You can of course also have go down here, and then you could use levers to give power to the powered rails, and then you just start putting powered rails like this. Then you have something looking like this, and of course you have to have a block right there to stop the minecart right there, and then you have a block right there doing the exact same thing. Then on top of this you place the dirt. So 1 like that, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you just fill it out. It could be grass as well. They will sniff from any dirt block. Then you take a regular piston and you place it somewhere there, like that. And then you just place in pistons like this. And on the other side, what you need to do is you need to bring it out here. So there's one block gap like this. Then just for good measure, you surround this like that and like that. Then you have something like this, and then you just place blocks here as well. Out here, so you have a row of 2, and then at the same row that you have this one, you place a daylight sensor, and you place an observer looking into it, an observer looking into it, you place redstone, and you place a repeater on 1 tick and a repeater on 3 ticks, like that. And then you just go around doing this, and you put redstone on here like that, and it needs to go like that, and you place a block there, and you put redstone like that. Now, as you can see, it changes. And it will do this, I can't remember how many times a day, but every time the light level changes some, then this will give an update to these, and the dirt will be changed. Then you just place in blocks like this. And over here, like that, and then you make it too high. And you're done. Just place one of these there. Now you can see that on this one I have placed glass around this, and it is because that ever so often, once in a while, a plant will pop out. I don't know how exactly it pops off. So if you do it like this, it will stay inside the area that the hopper minecart can pick up from, and it won't go to waste. So this is really extra. Then you just need to put in your sniffer. Now in real life, you would have to place this down and wait for, I think it's 20 minutes, but we don't have time for that. So we will place in 2 of these guys, and as they slowly gather these torch flower seeds down here, you can breed them like that, and they will make babies. I really wish that they had made them with real grass on their back so you could plant something on it, because that would be epic. All right, this is done. You will breed up these. You will have a small space that you can build a building around or whatever, and you will get a lot of torch flower seeds. Now let's take these torch flower seeds right here. Let's just take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because I think it's 8 that's in the inventory of a villager. Now you have to have a villager, and you have to have a composter, so he's a farmer, and you have to have a villager that hasn't already decided to be something else, that has other crops in his inventory. Now what you do is you lock this to lock that hopper, because otherwise anything you throw him will be sucked out through the honey block. And then you just give him some seeds like this. Now let's just give him a couple of stacks. Now you heard him plant something. Let's just look. He's planting it, it gets bone mealed, the earth move, it actually jumped to me now, but let's try and catch it again. He plants it, it gets bone mealed, it gets sucked down there. You can see there's more now. And now let's try and build up this real quick. A barrel, it could of course also be a chest. Then we take hoppers pointing into it and hoppers pointing that way. On the back one right here, we place on the back one we place a honey block, and the reason we place a honey block is that sometimes plants get thrown like that over there. By the way, you can see it right there, I forgot to loosen this, and it gets sucked down as well. So that's why we have a honey block, because a hopper can suck through a honey block. Then we place a stair right here, like that. And then we just encase it like this. And in case you didn't know, you can waterlog it like this. And even though the dirt is over here, it doesn't have to be adjacent to the water block. The water block could actually be over here as well, but it just needs to be within 4 or 5 blocks range, I believe. Then we place down a dirt right here and we hoe it like that, so it's farmland. Then we can start building up this all the way around here. And then we need to have these guys, observers. And this observer is, wrong way, this observer is looking to see what grows in the farmland, and this one is just bringing up the signal. Now I choose to have a lamp, but it could be basically any block right there, it could be any solid block. Then we need to place a dispenser right there to bone meal the area right here, and we need to have a block right there so that we bring up that power from that, there and there. Every time this guy observes something, this will react, but it of course won't react until we have bone meal. So let's try and see. That's what happens. Now you have a flower. Now we need to break that flower to get it, and to do that we need a piston like that. So stick a piston, 1 block of distance to that. Then I use a dropper right here. Now we need to place an observer looking down on that one, and we do that like that. You can see it's pointing down like that, and we remove that again, and then we take a glass block and place it right here, and then we take these two repeaters right here and we place them like that and put them on 4 ticks, both of them. Then we need to close this off like that, and we need to close this off like that. The dirt has to be, the farmland has to start in that position over there. Now if we try to place that down, it will be bone meal, that will go like that, and we'll push it back and we'll have a flower down here, just as intended. Now we don't want to place the flowers ourselves. That's the whole idea with these villager driven nano farms. We need to have a composter here to make sure that the villager actually gets to become a farmer. And of course I've chosen the new cherry blossom thing right here. You can place any block. It's just because you need to get down there sometimes to give him more seeds. So we need a villager down there. We just put one down there, he becomes a farmer, and then we need to give him seeds. Let's just give him a few stacks here, right there. You see, this guy, he's standing on the dirt, and there's a risk that he might actually turn it into normal dirt. So what we forgot was a trapdoor right there, like that. Then he's a happy farmer. So now you see he's planting, it's getting bone mealed, it's getting broken, it's ending up down here. Alright dudes and dudesses, thank you so much for watching. It's good to be back, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I will be putting out videos at a more regular interval now from now on, so I hope you'll come back and visit. Bye!